I'm Jim Barry, and this is Miami Life, the show that peels back the layers of what makes life so unique here in South Florida. And on this show today, we will focus on the holidays, the things that bring us joy, and the ways to cope with things that might bring us down during the holiday season. You know, Christmas is just about here, and for our Jewish friends and neighbors, so is Hanukkah, which begins this year on December 25th. Kwanzaa celebrations get underway the day after on December 26th. And all across South Florida, the bright lights are up, and stores have been packed with shoppers looking for just the right gifts. Naja Sherman takes a closer look for us.
All across South Florida, the holiday spirit is in full swing, and some stores are packed with last-minute shoppers trying to fill out their gift lists and checking it twice just to make sure. By the numbers, this year's holiday season has been huge. Holiday spending is up nearly 10% from last year. This year's Cyber Monday set an all-time record with $13.3 billion in single-day sales. One reason for the sales surge is some people don't even wait for Black Friday to start shopping.
Then it's like too crowd every place, and I prefer to do it loud. So when I see something nice, I say, oh, it's nice for Christmas, so I take it.
For some folks, holiday shopping is serious business that demands serious planning, like this one family CBS News Miami's Ted Scouten talked to at Aventura Mall.
She did a PowerPoint presentation. It was like 10 pages long.
Are you serious?
Yes. And this was like one of them on it.
A PowerPoint.
PowerPoint.
And I put like the links on it, the pictures and the prices.
It's like you literally click on the link and it takes you straight to the item.
Get this, between the post office, UPS, FedEx, and other services, an estimated 2.2 billion packages will be shipped out this holiday season. Hopefully you already mailed out your gifts, because if not, you are out of time. More people than ever are heading home for the holidays. AAA expects more than 119 million people to travel during the Christmas holiday, just beating the travel record set in 2019. About 107 million of those travelers will be driving because gas prices are nearly 15 cents cheaper than they were last year.
We haven't seen gas prices this low in 3.5 years.
Naja Sherman, Miami Life.
Safe travels, everyone. Well, the holidays bring joy to many, but to those who have lost loved ones during this time of year, it can seem as though the grief is compounded. So, how do you carry on? I sat down with a good friend and former CBS Miami colleague who is facing her first holiday without one of the most important people in her life.
He was just the best father and friend ever.
Cynthia Demas beams with pride when talking about her dad. Angelo Demas was there for every big moment in Cynthia's life, like her wedding day 15 years ago.
And I'm sure you're going to have as happy a life as your mother and I have had. We love you dearly.
In turn, Cynthia documented his milestones, including one as it approached this year.
You turn 100 in 100 days.
Wow.
How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel happy.
Happy?
Happy and young.
Shortly after his 100th birthday, Angelo Demas died. Now, Cynthia is bracing for her first Christmas without the patriarch of the family.
Without him here this Thanksgiving, it was odd. It was sad, and Christmas will be the same.
So this is the Hall of Fame.
While the holiday season is full of joy, it can feel especially sorrowful for those who lose loved ones around this time of year. How to get through it? Experts say be restful and also grateful.
Practice gratitude. Count your blessings. You know, happiness is not getting what you want, it's wanting what you have. And for a lot of people, they're so very blessed, but they're always focusing on the glass half empty. So it's important to take stock in all the amazing things in your life.
Cynthia and her family also intend to do something else which experts say is important. Carry on quirky traditions.
My dad and my husband and my sister's husband would have a competition of who could give the funniest Christmas gift.
I love it.
Yeah, which we carry on today, in his honor. This will be the first Christmas without him, but we're going to still keep the traditions around that we had.
Angelo Demas was a prominent attorney who will soon have a street named after him. He was also a proud World War II veteran.
Saw combat?
Oh, yeah. He was in World War II in France.
Wow.
And in the Battle of the Bulge.
But Cynthia's memories of him are far more personal. To get through the ups and downs this holiday season, she is adhering to another important tip.
Surround yourself with the people you love and the people who know what you're going through and the people who care.
You want to play tennis with the pros, do ya? And we're not talking about Jim, although he's very close to being a pro.
I'm all right. Years ago, when Cynthia and I were a morning news team, her dad was quick to heap lavish praise, as he was prone to do.
Then he'd tell you how wonderful you are. And he did that all the time. I'm sure he did it for you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, he told me how wonderful it was that I had to work with you. I got to work there.
The memories of her dad bring Cynthia Demas some obvious joy. But they collide with an emptiness that others who have lost loved ones during the holidays can relate to.
I love to talk about him. So the more I can talk about him, the better. And, you know, I hope that people, you know, remember what a great role model he was and help his legacy live on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't tell me I'm strong. It makes me cry.
Sorry, but you are.
Thank you.
But you are. Cynthia, thank you so very much. When Miami Life returns, ever wonder what happens to the merchandise people return to stores? We're going to show you how one local company is turning returned merchandise into holiday joy. Also, 'tis the season to watch Christmas movies, which prompted me to ask some of my CBS Miami colleagues about their favorite holiday films. First up, my good buddy, Elliot Rodriguez. Time to talk about our favorite Christmas movies with my colleague, Elliot Rodriguez. Elliot, what's yours?
Hey, first of all, thank you for having me here. Did somebody cancel?
No, you're our first choice.
Okay, my top Christmas movie is, drum roll, A Christmas Story. The story of Ralphie, the 9-year-old kid living in suburban Cleveland.
Okay.
Who all he wants is a BB gun.
A BB gun?
I could relate to that when I was a kid.
You wanted a BB gun?
Absolutely, and I could never get one.
So what's happening here?
All right, so at some point during the movie, Ralphie dares one of his friends to put his tongue on a pole in the middle of winter in Cleveland, and what he does is he says, "I double dog dare you." And you know, you grew up in Chicago, I grew up in New York. If somebody double dog dares you,
you gotta do it.
You gotta do it. So his buddy did it.
Why did this movie touch you so?
I think, well, first of all, it was the BB gun. I always wanted to be a BB gun. And it just gets you into that Christmas feel. We live in South Florida, and we don't have the snow and, you know, the white Christmas, and that gives it to you.
Welcome back. Well, during the holiday season and throughout the year, we know that folks love to shop, and they can be quick to return merchandise they don't like or want. So, what happens to it? One local company has literally turned trash into a treasure trove of holiday joy.
Everyone could feel the holiday spirit at the Big Brothers Big Sisters annual holiday event. Hundreds of local families were invited to spend the day at the group's headquarters for a festive day of food, arts, and crafts, and even a trip to the Glam Squad.
Big Brothers Big Sisters is all about family. Big Brothers Big Sisters is all about community.
This annual event is a chance for these families to enjoy the holidays in a way they otherwise may not have.
I've been coming to the toy drive because it gives back to the community, you know, especially to those families who are having such a hard time like around the holidays.
We're talking about relationships, the gift of mentoring, the joy and the power of mentoring and the hope that our community needs, and the power of partnership. So this is really, really special today as we celebrate the season.
A Medley-based e-commerce company, E-Com Authority, donated $100,000 in new toys, electronics, and other merchandise for this event. From Barbies to action figures, remote-controlled cars, and basketballs, it was all set up in a way for kids to grab gifts. E-Com Authority is in the business of buying overstocked and unopened return items and reselling them. So the company thought, why not donate them for a good cause?
Look, the easy way out is to just get rid of the product and just write it off your books. But you know, I think it's really important because, again, for us, we're in a community, right? We're giving back to the local people in our community. So I think it actually, you know, it really says a lot about a company that they're thinking outside the box. And it's not always about money, right? It's about giving back and doing things that are really beneficial to people.
The amount of returned merchandise in the United States is staggering. According to the National Retail Federation, customers returned $743 billion in merchandise last year, and much of it winds up getting trashed. In 2021, 4.3 million tons of returns ended up in landfills. So we ask the obvious question, why do new items like this wind up getting trashed.
I mean, sometimes seemingly there looks like there's nothing wrong. These are all brand new condition things, but like this small indention here where the tape was messed up or where it looks like it might have been retaped by the consumer, that is enough to disqualify this to be resold. So, you know, as e-com authority, we take it in and we want to do something good with it.
So, by donating this stuff to groups like Big Brothers and Big Sisters, it reduces waste.
We had a lot of stuff that really, it could have went to landfill, could have been resold, but we just felt it was really good to give back to the community. Someone that's doing really good for the, you know, the everyday person, we wanted to be involved with that.
Bit of variety, as you can see, there's Paw Patrol, different electronics, different toys, and when they come in, we're unsure of the quantity, the variety, and even the condition that we might receive those in, so it is a bit of a guessing game.
The company's warehouse is stocked floor to ceiling with everything from Paw Patrol toys to everyday household essentials like toothpaste and coffee. But they made sure to donate cool stuff that kids would want to find under the tree.
But here, this is a Nintendo Switch, and this is a really good item, but as you could see, it came back with these little scratches and dents here. So once a product is like this, we can't put it back into retail anymore. You know, this is an item that most people would love, right?
And boy, do the kids enjoy picking out their toys. Parents like Diane Say also appreciate the gesture.
It's very helpful because it also takes some of the stress off of me too. You know, I'm a working parent, you know, 2 jobs, you know, and sometimes, you know, it can be kind of challenging, you know, and for him, it plays a very, very important role. You know, he getting up and just that idea, okay, I know I'm going to be getting something for the holidays. And he can also learn from this if he want to go and give back to the community.
Her son, Isaiah, has benefited from Big Brothers Big Sisters mentorship and support.
I've had my mentor since I was in the 6th grade, and ever since our bond has increased.
He plans on becoming a Big Brother mentor when he's done with school, and that's something his mom is mighty glad to hear.
You know, once he finishes school, he can come back and do the same thing, paying it forward, and also tell other children about the program.
And that'll be a great holiday gift. All right, still to come on Miami Life, the bright lights of the season. We are visiting some of the great places in South Florida to enjoy holiday light displays. But first, here is CBS News Miami's Naja Sherman talking about one of her go-to Christmas movies. Naja, what is your favorite holiday flick?
One of my favorite holiday flicks is Scrooged. It's an oldie but goodie.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. It was at the height of his career, and it's sort of like a campy take on The Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
You've got this awful executive. He does horrible things.
Well, granted, but the people already want to watch the show.
That isn't good enough. They have got to be so scared to miss it, so terrified. Now.
And then he's got to come to terms with the things that he did.
And he's in the TV business, as I recall.
He is in the TV business, but probably not for the kiddos. It's an adults-only film. I think it's like PG-13.
So, leave me alone. I know this one.
Everybody knows this one.
So did you love it because it's funny, because it's Bill Murray? What was it?
You know, I love the classic, and it's just a modern take. It was made in '88, so not so modern anymore, but a modern take on a classic that dealt with real-world issues and some of the things that make the news these days.
So he was a not-so-good guy, but he came to realize that during the holidays, it's important to be a good guy year-round.
Well, the ghosts of his past come visit him. Yeah, it's a different kind of reckoning.
Okay, all righty. Scrooged, that is one of Naja's favorite holiday flicks. Welcome back. One of the most colorful traditions of the Christmas season are, of course, the holiday lights. And South Florida loves to light it up. CBS News Miami's meteorologist Shane Hinton shows us some of the best and brightest displays in Miami-Dade and Broward.
Putting up the lights is a time-honored holiday tradition here in South Florida. Seems everyone has that neighbor who embraces their inner Clark Griswold and puts up a blinding display of Christmas spirit.
Honey, I think I know what's wrong.
Driving around local neighborhoods to see homegrown light displays is part of the Christmas fun for many families. The McGonigal-Collins Christmas display is a tradition in Plantation going back 35 years. The McGonigal family's holiday showcase is an absolute delight. If you want to enjoy a great light show from the comfort of your car, head to the Holiday Fantasy of Lights at Tradewinds Park in Coconut Creek. It's the biggest drive-through light show in the state of Florida. And as I found out during my visit, getting the lights ready for Christmas takes a lot of work.
to get this park ready. It's about mid-October they start putting them up, depending on weather, how many days they can work, but it takes from about mid-October until mid-November to get it all set up.
Down in southwest Miami-Dade, the Berry Farm in the Redlands has their own winter festival. The Berry Bright Winter Nights features photos with Santa and other fun outdoor activities. But it's the massive light show that's the big attraction.
What's your favorite part of Berry Bright Winter Nights?
The insane amount of lights.
All right, time to take a deep dive into this time-honored tradition. Joining me now is a newcomer to the CBS News Miami staff, meteorologist Shane Hinton, doing a terrific job. Shane, enjoying you very much on the air.
Thank you.
You know, I don't think folks understand what a time commitment and investment it is to get these lights up.
I know, right? And it's a labor of love. And I think a lot of us are just used to maybe putting up our own lights. And we're like, oh, give yourself a weekend or two. But they are taking months out of the year to prepare for these kind of events.
And in some neighborhoods, it's quite competitive.
Oh, those are the ones I love the most.
Right.
The ones that maybe have like the musical displays or they have it timed down to a T. I love a little bit of friendly rivalry amongst the neighborhoods.
But it really, literally lights up the neighborhood, and the Christmas spirit just infects everybody.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like a nice tradition. You know, you load up the car, you drive through those kind of neighborhoods. Those are the ones that you like to kind of make an annual tradition.
And it's not just the neighborhoods. There are places you can go where people can see lights. What are some of your favorites here?
The one that I was able to really participate in this year was at Tradewinds Park in Coconut Creek. It was just amazing just how intricate each of the displays were. There was a section for dinosaurs. There was a section of light up flowers. And I just think it was over 3 miles of just like almost interactive Christmas lights. And I think it's that kind of thing that just makes it a staple for South Florida to visit.
Family fun.
Family fun from the comfort of your car.
There you go. You don't have to get out, just drive through.
Exactly. I mean, weather is unpredictable here, so if it's a hot one, you can just turn on the AC, and if we get a cold front, you can turn on the warmer.
I know in my house, I have to give props where it's due. My wife is the queen of Christmas.
Okay.
And she is absolutely fantastic at decorating the tree. And so the big debate we have every year is multicolored lights this year or just plain white lights. What's your favorite?
So here's the thing. That's a hot topic. I used to be team colored lights.
Yep.
I loved just how festive it felt. The older I get, the more I appreciate the simplicity of white lights. I think it's also because I can leave them up longer without it making it look like it's Christmas time still, if I'm being honest.
Right, yeah.
How about you?
You know, I go back and forth.
Okay.
And so I'll tell you what we did. We kind of cheated. We got an artificial tree. Am I supposed to say that?
No.
Yeah, all right. We got an artificial tree this year, and it has different light displays. So we can go all white lights, or we can go multicolored lights. They can blink or not blink. So we've got a lot of variety just built in.
Cover the bases.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
can give me one of those.
You know?
It depends on the mood I'm in, if you get colored lights or white lights.
All right, talk to me afterwards. We'll hook you up.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Shane Hinton, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with more Miami Life right after this. But first, here's Lisa Petrillo talking about the Christmas movie that she just has to watch every year. It's that time of year where we are so excited about the holiday season and movies galore. Lisa Petrillo, what is your favorite holiday movie?
I'm going to say it. It's A Miracle on 34th Street. Not the 1947 version, but the 1994 version.
Why?
And that was with Dylan McDermott and Elizabeth Perkins. And it was so warm and fuzzy, and it just is a take on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, but it was called Kohl's. And nobody believes in Santa, but Richard Attenborough is literally Kris Kringle.
Realistic.
That's because they are real. You give them a tug. Woo! Are you convinced?
And it's warm and fuzzy. And the real other reason is Dylan McDermott was so cute, and I was pregnant a couple years later, and guess what?
What?
Dylan McDermott became Dylan McHugh, my son.
Oh my.
So that's who I named him after, was Dylan McDermott in A Miracle on 34th Street.
And a miracle in South Florida, too.
Santa?
Oh, jeez. Is that your underwear?
Part of it.
Where the hell's the rest of it? No, actually, don't tell me. I don't want to know. What do you want?
I was thinking I wanted a purple stuffed elephant, not pink. But now I changed my mind.
Yeah, what?
That is a clip from one of my favorite Christmas movies, the very irreverent and very sarcastic Bad Santa, starring Oscar winner Billy Bob Thornton. Do you have a favorite holiday movie? Of course you do, because everybody does. So let us know what it is by dropping us a line at cbsmiami@cbs.com. So that's going to do it for this week's Miami Life. Remember, we'll see you every Thursday for Miami Life at 6:30 on the stream. You can also watch all the Miami Life episodes on demand on our YouTube channel. And I want to say on behalf of everyone involved in this program, week in, week out, we do our very best to provide something unique and special and memorable for you, and we hope that we've done that. Thank you so much for staying with us. On behalf of all of us, have a very Merry Christmas and a very happy holiday season. I'm Jim Barry. See you next week.